After a long time, I'm joining this on Sunday. Hare Krishna.
Dear devotees, so today we'll be going through Sri Brahma Samhita. So today we'll be learning verse 42. So we recite the first verse and then we move to the verse 42.
Mataji, before you start, can I ask you something? Can you tell who can go behind?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Krishna. Nabi Prabhu, would you like to start?
Yeah. Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchitananda Vigraha Nadi Nadi Govinda Sarvakarna Karanam. Krishna, who is known as Govinda, is the supreme Godhead. He has an eternal, blissful spiritual body. He is the origin of all. He has no other origin. He is the prime cause of all causes. No problem. No.
Staram Prabhu?
Chintamani prakara sadamasi kalpaviksha Lakshavrite susurabhir abhipalayantam Lakshmi sahasrasata samramba sevyamanam Govindamadi purusham tamam bhajami. Translation, Mataji.
Yes.
I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, the first progenitor, who tending the cows, yielding all desire in abodes built with is spiritual, surrounded by millions of purple trees, always served with reverence and affection by hundreds of thousands of Lakshmis, not visible. Hare Krishna.
Gopis.
Gopis, okay, Lakshmi or Gopis.
Lokeshwar, text 30.
He's got a bit of a sore throat, so he may not.
Okay.
Can you chant, Lokeshwar? Only if he can.
Yes, Guruji, I'll try.
Okay, good.
Venum konam tamaravinda dalayataksam Varavatam samasitam budasu darangam Bhandar bhakoti kamaniya vishesha shobham Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. Translation. I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, who is adept in playing on his flute with blooming eyes like lotus petals, with head decked with peacock's feather, with a figure of beauty tinged with the hue of blue clouds, and his unique loveliness charming millions of cupids.
Very good.
Shyamalini, would you like to do the next one?
Yes, Mataji, yes. Alola Chandrakalasad Vanamalya Vamsi Ramangadham Pranaya Keli Kalavilasam Shyamam Tribhanga Lalitam Niya Taprakasam Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, round whose neck is swinging a garland of flowers, beautified with the moon locket, whose two hands are adorned with the flute and jeweled ornaments, who always revels in pastimes of love, whose graceful threefold bending form of Shyamasundara is eternally manifest.
Thank you. Prabhavataji, would you like to do text 32?
Yes, Hare Krishna. Agani yasyai saka Lindaraya Viti Manati Pasyanti Panti Kalayanti Sirama Jaganti Anadasimaya Sada Ujjvala Vigrasaya Govindamadi Parsuramtama Abhavajami. Translation: I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, whose transcendental form is full of bliss, truth subsistently, and is thus full of the most dazzling splendor. Each of the limbs of this transcendental figure possesses in himself the full-fledged function of all organs internally sees, maintain and manifest the infinite universe, both spiritual and mundane. Hare Krishna.
Krishna, thank you. Text 33. Kananjani. Advaitamachyutyamanadim Adyam Purana Purusham Navayovanam Cha Vedeshu Durlabham Adurlabham Atma Bhakto Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, who is inaccessible to the Vedas, but obtainable by pure unalloyed devotion of the soul, who is without a second, who is not subject to decay, is without a beginning, whose form is endless, who is the beginning and the eternal Purush. Yet he is a person possessing the beauty of blooming youth. Text 34, Sunil Prabhu. Okay, I'll do it. Panchastu koti shatavatsara sampragamyo vayorathapi manaso munipungavanam sopyasti yat prapadasinya vichintya tattve govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. Translation: I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, only the tip of the toe of whose lotus feet is approached by the yogis, who aspire after the transcendental, and betake themselves to pranayam by drilling the respiration, or by the jnanis who try to find out the non-differentiated Brahman by the process of elimination of the mundane, extending of the thousands of millions of years. Text 35. Happy Prabhu?
Ekopi yaso richatum jagadanda kotim yakchaktirasti jagadanda jayadadanda andantarasta paramachyantarastam govindamadi purusham tamapajami. Oh, sorry. He is an undifferentiated entity, as there is no distinction between potency and the possessor thereof. In his work of creation of millions of worlds, his potency remains inseparable. All the universes exist in him, and he is present in his fullness in every one of the atoms that are scattered throughout the universe at one and the same time. Such is the primeval Lord whom I adore. Incredible.
Text 36. Sitaram Prabhu.
Yadbhav bhavitadhiyo manujastateva samprapya rupamahimana sanayana bhusa Suktaryam eva nigama pratitay stuvanti govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. Translation, Mataji. Haribol.
It's Prabhu.
I adore the same Govinda, the primeval Lord, in whose praise men who are imbued with devotion sing the mantra Sukta told by the Veda by gaining the appropriate beauty, greatness, thrones, convenience, and ornaments. Hare Krishna.
Text 37. Sunil Prabhu, can you read?
Yes.
Okay.
आनंद चिन्मय रस प्रतिभाविताभीष्टाभीर्य एव निज रूपतय कलाभि गोलोक एव निवसति अखिलात्मभूतो गोविन्दम् आदिपुरुषं तम अहं भजामि.
Translation.
I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, residing in his own realm, Golok, with Radha, resembling his own spiritual figure, the embodiment of the ecstatic potency possessed of the 64 artistic activities in the company of her confidants, Sakhis, embodiments of the extensions of her bodily form, permeated and vitalized by her ever blissful spiritual ras.
Thank you. Shyama Malini, text 38.
Yes. Prema. One second, Mataji. Premanjana churita bhakti vilochenena santa sadheva hidayeshu vilokayanti yam shama sundaram achintya guna swarupam govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, who is Shama Sundar, Krishna himself with inconceivable, innumerable attributes, whom the pure devotees see in their heart of hearts, with the eye of devotion tinged with the salt of love.
Thank you. Prabha Mataji, text 39.
Hare Krishna. Ramadi Murati Sukala Niyamiya Titisam Tisan.
Krishnan.
Yeah. Nahavata Rama Akaroda Bhuven Suna Kintu Krishna Sayanam Sambhayavata Paramaha Punyam Yo Govindam Adi Purusam Tama Abam Bhajami. Translation. I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, the manifest himself personally as Krishna, and the different avatars in the world in the forms of Rama, Nasima, Vamana, etc., as his subjective oceans. Hare Krishna.
Sunil Prabhu, text 40.
यस्य प्रभवतो जगत् कोटिः एष स वसुधादि विभूतिभिन्मन् तद्ब्रह्म निष्कलम् अनन्तम् अशेषभूतं गोविन्दम् आदिपुरुषं तम् अहं भजामि.
Translation.
I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, whose effulgence is the source of the non-differentiated Brahman, mentioned in the Upanishads, being differentiated from the infinity of glories of the mundane universe, appears as the indivisible, infinite, limitless truth.
Thank you. Text 41. Maya hi yasya jagadanda shatani shute Trigunya tat vishaya veda vitaya mana Sattvaavalambi parasatvam vishuddhasattvam Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. Translation. I worship Govinda, the primal Lord, who is the absolute substantive principle, being the ultimate entity in the form of the support of all existence, whose external potency embodies the threefold mundane quality, that is, sattva, rajas, tamas, and diffuses the Vedic knowledge regarding the mundane world. So we study text 42 now. Ananda Chinmaya Rasatmataya Manasu Ya Praninam Pratipalam Smaratamupetya Leela Itena Bhuvanani Jaya Yajasram Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. I read the words. Ananda, Ananda, Chinmaya, Chinmaya, Rasat Mataya, Rasat Mataya, Manasu, Manasu, Ya, Ya, Praninam, Praninam, Pratipalam, Pratipalam, Smaratam, Smaratam, Upetya, Upetya, Leelaitena, Leelaitena, Bhuvanani, Bhuvanani, Jayatya. So here we can combine the T and the A. So Jayatya, Jasram, Jayatya, Jasram, Govindam, Adipurusham, Tamaham, Bhajami.
Amen.
Ananda Chinmaya Rasatmataya Manasu Yah Praninam Pratipalan Smaratam Upetya Leela Itena Bhuvanani Jaya Yajasram Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhaja. Ravi Prabhu?
Okay. Ananda Chinmaya Rasatmataya Manasu Ya Praninam Pratipalam Swaratam Apetya लीलायितेन भुवनानि जयात्र चाश्रम् गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि.
Sitaram Prabhu.
Ananda Chinmaya Rasatmat Tastaya Manasya Ya Praninam Pratipalam Smaratam Upetya Nilaitena Bhuvanani Jayati Ajasram Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami.
Shyamalini Mataji. We can't hear you, Mataji. We can't hear you, Shyamalini.
I think the problem is on her side.
Yeah. Chitra,
Yeah.
would you like to
Can
say?
you hear me now? Can you hear me?
Oh yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. Is that better? Yeah.
Okay.
Ananda Chinmaya Rasat Mataya Manasu Ya Praninam Pratipalam Smaratam Upetya
I just lost.
Lila Yitena Bhuvanani Jayatyas
There's a lot there, isn't there?
Govindamadi
Yeah, bits and pieces.
Bhajami.
A bit too much technical, I think.
Chitra, would you like to recite?
आनन्द चिन्मय रसात्मतया मनःसु यः प्राणिनां प्रतिफलं स्मरतामुपेत्य लीलायितेन भुवनानि जयत्यजस्रम् गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि.
Prabhu Mataji.
Yeah. Hare Krishna. Ananda Simaya Rasatamataya Manahansu Ya Parinaya Pratibha Palana Samaratama Upatiya Lilayantiya Bhuvaninaya Jayanti Asrama Govindam Adi Parashamatama Abhayama Bhajami. Hare Krishna.
Dhananjani. आनंद चिन्मय रसात्मतया मनःसु या प्राणिनां प्रतिफलं स्मरताम् उपेत्य लीलायुतेन भुवनानि जयत्यजस्रम् गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि. Sunil Prabhu.
आनंद चिन्मय रसात्मतय मनासु य प्राणिनां प्रतिफलं स्मरतम् उपेत्यम् लीलायितेन भुवनन्ति जयति अजस्रं गोविन्दम् आदिपुरुषं तम् अहं भजामि.
Thank you. So the synonyms: Ananda, blissful; Chitmaya, cognitive; Ras, of ras; Atmataya, due to being the entity; Manasu, in the minds; Ya, he, in; Praninam, of living entities; Pratifalan, being reflected; Smaratam upetya, recollecting; Leelayitena, by pastimes; Bhuvanani, the mundane world; Jayati, triumphantly dominates; Ajasram, ever; Govindam, Govinda; Adipurusham, the original person; Tam, him; Aham, I; Bhajami, worship. Translation: I worship Govinda, the primary Lord, whose glory ever triumphantly dominates the mundane world by the activity of his own pastimes, being reflected in the mind of recollecting souls as the transcendental entity of ever blissful cognitive rest. Purport: those who constantly recollect in accordance with spiritual instructions the name, figure, attributes, and pastimes of the form of Krishna appearing in the amorous ras, whose loveliness vanquishes the god of mundane love, conqueror of all mundane hearts, or alone meditators of Krishna. Krishna, who is full of pastimes, always manifests himself with his will only in the pure receptive cognition of such person. The pastimes of that manifested divine real triumphantly dominates in every way all the majesty and beauty of the mundane world. So this is text 42. Any comments?
An amazing verse again. Every verse is just full of so much information. It's quite hard even to understand some of the English because Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati's English is so high. But it's this point about Govindam being so transcendental, Govindam Adi Purusham Tamham Bhajami, comes through every time. And I like this particularly because his glories dominate the mundane world by the activities of his own pastimes. So why does he come to this world and perform these pastimes? Is to reclaim us, because we are stuck in this mundane world and we are thinking this mundane world is all in all, the best thing. But of course, it's so temporary and we struggle in this world. So the Lord defeats this world by his leelas. And when we can connect with him by remembering his pastimes and chanting his holy names, reading about him, we can also conquer, if you like, this material world and transcend it. So amazing. Lord Brahma has really given some amazing prayers. What do you think, Karuna?
Yes, Prabhuji, so we have to follow these footsteps of the great Vaishnavas and try to remember Lord Krishna, his pastimes, his name, and chant his name, of course.
Yeah.
And then maybe Krishna will give us his mercy.
Yeah, indeed. We're very lucky because having access to this so easily, in this day and age, you just had a click of a few buttons and you got so much information. This was never available in like a few years ago.
Yeah, very true.
So very lucky. Thank you, Karuna.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Brahma Samhita ki
Jai.
jai.